Winning Blueprint presents.
5 minutes or less.
Had so much success with it in the past. I'm back with it again, the 5 minute or less series. Welcome. I'm your host, Lou. Thank you for joining me. 5 minute or less series. This time, it's the schedule release variety here with the St. Louis Rams. Got 5 minutes on the clock. Let's get started. So I look at the schedule, and the first thing that pops off the page to me, primetime games. How many do you have? St. Louis Rams, they're coming up. Jeff Fisher is turning his franchise around. They got 2 primetime games. So you look at the schedule, week 4. Home for San Francisco on Thursday Night Football. Nice. Got the 49ers, a team that you really played really well against last season. That's a statement for you. You're getting better as a franchise, and that was proof. Going to San Francisco, tying them, getting a draw, and then going back home and finding a way to gut out a victory against the San Francisco 49ers. That was huge. So now you look at week 8. Home for Seattle on Monday Night Football. So you got 2 primetime games, both at home. Schedule makers did you a huge favor there. So Seattle coming to you on the big stage. Let's see how you handle that kind of adversity, pressure, and spotlight. Look at divisional games. Seattle, week 8, we just talked about it. Monday Night Football game. You're at home. Solid. Let's see how you handle that. You look at week 17, on the road at Seattle. That's going to be tough. We don't know what that means. You could be 9-6 going into that last game, needing to win to get into the postseason, and you got to go to Seattle of all places to do it. That's tough. Last year was the same thing. You finished up your season at Seattle. You got to do it again. Let's see how that all shakes out. You look at San Francisco, week 4. We just talked about that. That's the Thursday night tilt. And so another primetime game at home against a big-time divisional foe in the San Francisco 49ers. You look at week 13 on the road, late in the season again. So you're late in the season at Seattle. You're late in the season at San Francisco. Got to find a way to get divisional games on the road. You look at Arizona, week 1, right off the bat. You're at home. Arizona coming to your place. You got to get the wins in the division, especially ones at home. Got Arizona coming into your place. Week 1, got to take care of business. You look at week 14, you're at Arizona. So the schedule makers did not do you any favors here on the away front in the division. You look at week 17 at Seattle, week 13 at San Francisco, week 14 at Arizona. You got all your divisional games on the road backloaded at the end of your schedule. You look at anomalies. There aren't any, and that's rare. Anomalies for me are any scheduling quirks that see you play 3 or more games consecutively at home or on the road, 3 out of 4 at home or on the road, or 4 out of 5 at home or on the road. You don't have any on your schedule. Add you to the very short list of teams in the National Football League without an anomaly at home or away. Only the Packers, the Cowboys, and now you have no anomaly on their schedule, which is extremely rare. As you can see, only 3 teams to this point don't have an anomaly on their schedule. You look at your bye week, week 11. That's a really good bye week. It's kind of late, but it's solid. I take a week 11 any day over a week 4 or 5 or 6. And so there's no complaints from me out of that bye week. Week 11 is a solid bye. You look at COTSI games. And COTSI games for me are circle on the calendar games. And for me, it's San Francisco. That's the team in your division that right now is holding all the keys. And you want to beat this team. You beat them once last year. You tied with them another time. You got to find a way to do it again. Continue to build that confidence that, hey, we're one of these teams in this division that you can't sleep on, that you can't overlook. We're a really good team in this division. And the way to do that is to go up and compete with the big boys. And the 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks are exactly that in your division. And you look at the timeout. And every team has a timeout on their schedule. And for me, your timeout is 2 primetime games, both at home. So that's a big plus for you. You look at all home divisional games. We kind of spoke to this earlier. Are before week 9. So you get all of your home divisional games out of the way early on. The key there is win them. It's one thing to play them all early. It's another thing to actually win them. You can't afford to drop 1 or 2 of these. You got to win your home divisional games because the rest of your games in the division, the last 3, are all backloaded toward the end of the schedule, and they're all on the road. So you can't allow these games at the beginning to go to waste. You got to win these games. So you got to take care of business. You got to take care of business, especially with those games at the beginning of the schedule. And so that's the St. Louis Rams schedule release in 5 minutes or less.
5 minutes or less.